Ken?
I would say work at your craft, whatever that is. I think a lot of people talk about doing things, but painters don't talk about painting, they paint. Writers don't talk about writing, they write. And that's how you get better at that craft. It's like working out, it's a muscle. Whether it's a creative muscle, whether it's your ideas, whether it's getting better at managing finances or any facet of your life. And then get out of the house, take your idea out, share the idea with people. Stephan, we were talking just before this about Gainesville is phenomenal because, and I think many places are, but Gainesville is very, very special in that there are so many people willing to share their time and their ideas and that get excited about ideas. A buddy of mine made a documentary where he asked business leaders and spiritual leaders and political leaders just to give them some mentorship advice. And he was talking to, I think his name was Oz. He was head of UPS for many, many years. And the one piece of advice he had was ask for help. If you don't know, ask for help. And I know that's a roadblock for a lot of people. They don't want people to know that they don't know this, they don't know that. But when you ask for help, it's in direct proportion with how successful you're going to be. And don't be afraid to reach out to people like that. I know for me, I had a big hang up on that for a long, long time. And then all of a sudden I realized that people love it when you come to them and they can feel that need for you. It's really an interesting community that we live in here.
And maybe on that note, Don knows a whole bunch of people in Gainesville. Don, would you be open to one of these students asking you for help with anything? Do you think you might know somebody who could help them?
Sure. I just sent you an email earlier tonight. I introduced you to somebody by email. Remember after we were eating, and I said, look, could you sit down with this person and help them? That's how I got here. Somebody knew me and came and asked me, to do this. And that's probably how everyone on the panel got here. Someone came and asked them to do it. I did have one tip, though, that I want to give.
Yes, please.
For the prior question, because I think most of you don't realize, that there's another world out there, and you generally, when you're looking for part-time work, maybe you're like Kristen, you want to get a pair of jeans, so you go work at the fashion store, where they sell jeans, right? But you're not going to learn much at all. You already know about the jeans. And a better tip would be to go and find some business that has something that they're doing that you're interested in and say, look, I just want a part-time job. I want to volunteer. I want to be an intern with Josh. Whatever you want to do, they will be willing to teach you if you go and find them, especially if they're located in the industrial park down some road that you normally wouldn't drive down. So that's the way to really get to know more about what you might want to do, because you can go to the mall anytime.
Yeah, Kristen, tell us what advice you might have for the 15 to 18-year-olds.
Okay. So the one thing I've definitely learned is that you are who you surround yourself with. So if you want to be successful, you've got to surround yourself with successful people. That means finding mentors, interning in businesses where you believe in their mission, hanging out with friends that are going down the right path. It's so, so important. And then another thing, I get asked a lot, what is it like being a female-owned business or being a female-run business? And so to all my girls out there, it is exactly the same as it would be if you were a male-run business. So being a female is not a challenge. It is more of my age that is a challenge than my gender. And if you believe in yourself and if you're confident, then the age isn't an obstacle anymore. So that would be my advice.
Great. Thank you very much.
I have no idea. That's the honest answer. So where is the business going? We're trying to expand into more places. We want to put Grooveshark on more devices. So we have a mobile app now. We're accessible on the web, on mobile too. So if you type in grooveshark.com on your iPhone, you can play music through there. So we want to keep expanding that. We want to get onto internet-connected TVs. We want to get into internet-connected cars, Blu-ray players, everything basically. Other than that, definitely going into more places. We're very international as a company. Most of our users are outside of the US, and per capita, our top 10 countries are all South America, Latin America, and things like that. So the international market is very important to us, and personally, I really like the thought of Grooveshark helping to bring music to new people, helping people discover artists that they never would have otherwise. I think that's really crucial to our business model. And then other than that, continuing the focus on musicians. I mean, that side of Grooveshark is something we've been putting an increasing amount of effort into in the past couple of years. So we sort of like spent the initial portion of our company's growth building up a user base and making that substantial and just getting something that people actually wanted to use to listen to music. And now that we have that, we're kind of leveraging all of those listeners all over the world to provide some benefit to artists.
Great, thanks. The next one's for Ken. Ken, what was your motivation for starting Simplify?
A couple things. One was to work with people I enjoyed and loved very much, because it's about relationships. It's about how do you spend that day for me, and the mission there for us is we want to help people think better, feel better, live better, and it's about that perspective. It's not your life; it's how you choose to look at your life. And if we can take all our different skill sets and work within that flexible framework, these opportunities keep coming up for us to help uplift this community, uplift other people in this community that have great ideas, great passions. We want to have a great time doing great things, and so Simplify. We don't know, much like Josh said. But on a day-to-day basis, we're looking forward and looking for opportunities that come in there. We have an apparel line that's sort of branching out that's going to kind of tap into some of the philosophies and bolster some of that stuff. We have a speaker series that's going to start soon in the spring here. We're doing short video clips of people that have little bits of wisdom and mentorship that we're starting to put together. They can help people, keep them motivated, help them be inspired, and let people know two things. One is bother to think. I think it's very important to us. Businesses take the time to look at what their core values are, but I think at Simplify, it's very, one of the things that we try to tell people is figure out what your personal core values are, and then take a look at how they line up with how you spend your day. And the captain of the ship doesn't curse the wind; he adjusts the sails. So then you can take a look at how those things line up, and whether we can do that through workshops, whether we can do that through bringing other people to speak about that stuff. Some of the products that we're going to share, we're just going to have a great time trying to plug into good things.
Great, thanks.
And some great coffee, good coffee buzz too is important to us.